Good afternoon, everybody. My name is David Mata. I'm the Career Management Services Director at OSB, Alliance School of Business. I welcome you. I welcome also our outstanding speakers that are going to tell us about so many good things. But before we do that, I would like to introduce them briefly because I want them to introduce themselves and speak about and talk about three major things today. One of them is their career journey up to today, and how they navigated the turning points in their career and in their lives, probably. And the second question would be about the mindsets that they have used in order to succeed and reach that level of performance, and that we can benefit from. And the third question would be about their advice, how also they looked at the culture and the leadership role that they played to give us advice about how we develop really a sustainable and an all-inclusive culture in the work. And what is nice about this is that we're having different interveners coming from different industries, of course related all to data science mostly or to some kind of a data, but coming from different industries and also coming from different countries. So to introduce first, Lucienne. Lucienne is coming from Lebanon. But she has more than 25 years of experience in telecommunications and in other stuff. And she visited so many countries, and in her career, that you'll tell us about, your journey. And she's the Chief People Officer, actually, at Mobile Arts. And we have Yasmina Nezi coming from UAE. I mean, when I want to really introduce you, you are 3 or 4 titles and 4 of things that you are really managing extremely well. But she was actually named, one of the 10 women that are in robotics, which is something that is new, and you're going to tell us about, and the other also initiatives that you have. And, I'm telling you, I could not memorize all the things that you are doing, especially that we use the terminology of X9, X whatever. I mean, you have so many things, It's a new way of talking, but you're going to tell us about it. And last but not least, coming from Stanford, from the Department of Medicine, we're having Luna. And Luna, has great experience in research and data science. And so she's going to give us another perspective. So please join us first and have a seat. And I welcome everybody here, that made it. Most of you have registered properly, and some of you we have just been able to get in. And, we had more than 250 registered for this panel. And, I'm fortunate, but also you are fortunate in a way, to be able to make it today. So thank you again. And by the way, we're having 2 of the speakers speaking at 5 o'clock, 5:30, about the social track number 3, the social sustainability. And I encourage you, if you don't hear everything from them, to attend, the 2 talks that we'll be having in the afternoon. Okay, so welcome again. And here we have the 3 microphones for you, so each one has their own. So the first question, we want to hear about the career pathway through their own voice. And what's important, I wanted it to be really authentic. This is not like, the discussions or the talks that we are hearing today. It's the human part. It's the talent part. It's the real story part that we're going to hear from them. And thank you for coming, and I'm really honored to be with you. So what I'll start is with Luna. Luna, please introduce yourself and tell us about your career path so far. And what are the turning points, the major decisions that you made, or the changes that happened, and how you were able to navigate them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Let me turn this on. Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much as well for the introduction. And it's nice meeting you all. So I'm a research data scientist at Stanford University. I work with School of Medicine. And for your question about one turning point in my life, I think there have been few moments of resilience, and I think one of them is when the war broke out in Syria. So I was born in Syria, and I was living there up until 2011 when the war broke, and we had to leave the country and move to Lebanon. And leaving everything behind, leaving our homes, our jobs, our possessions, really taught me a lesson that we can lose anything at any moment. But education is the only thing that stays with us. And that realization was really my anchor and my motivation to keep learning and keep earning degrees. And I came here to AUB. I did my bachelor's degree in economics, and then I did a master's degree in business analytics. And then after that, I received the Said Scholarship, where I pursued my second master's degrees in London School of Economics in London. And I would say to everyone here to keep learning, keep earning degrees, especially with the AI and data science field. Things are always evolving, so we should always be up to date in order to adapt with the future.
Great, thank you. Now, please, Yasmin, tell us a little bit about your pathway.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, and thank you so much for inviting us today for this lovely closed room. Seeing lots of ambitions and amazing women and keen to learn and engage. I'm a mom, 43, wife, daughter, before anything else. I came from background of robotics engineering. Almost now 13 plus years working in that field with embedded AI, when we play with machines, integrate them with AI systems to make them think, sense, and take decisions. I have been starting my career as a SCADA system engineer when I graduated from the university. Who selected my career, to be honest, was my father. I wanted to be a civil engineer. He's an engineer, pilot engineer, and he told me, no, Yasmin, don't go for that. It's so harsh environment. I want you to do something more international, and he selected this major for me. And I go through it, and I liked the major itself later in the first year when I discovered we are connecting a physical world with coding, software, hardware, mechanical design. We are creating something, solving issue, let's call it technology for good. And then I took it forward as a robotics engineer, gradually got a kind of diploma in AI in UAE, because I used to do a lot of that, keep investing in my education. It's one of my, let's say, main prioritized point till today. Even I don't get, like, for example, master degrees. I wish, inshallah, by next year, because I get pregnant before 2 years, then I postpone it. And this is how you prioritize the things that you want to do. Don't forget our role as a woman. We are emotional. Our first job to be a mom. Why mom? Because we need to build the next generation, the next nation who will carry and take care of our countries and serve the country and take it forward. So being an educated mom, that's really great things. And second, because of a mom, and I see that there is not a lot of women building, let's say, technology and AI solution, then I decided to establish a community for women, to bring them all in one room and one table, because we can help each other mentally, technology side, mentoringship, friendship, talking together always. It will give us motivation to take it forward. Then I joined Women in AI. It's an international community based in Paris, France, co-founded by 3 ladies. One of them originally from Lebanon. She's a French Lebanon, Dr. Hanan Salim. I sent her hi from here. She's currently based in Abu Dhabi. She's leading the Human Robot Center for New York University. But she's the one who co-founded with Mujana Asghari and Carolina from France. And then I talked to them, and they say, okay, we don't have anything in Middle East. If you are able to, and you have the network and resource to make it, please take it. Then we start the chapter end of 2018, and now, alhamdulillah, we have very good, let's say, repetition and name. And then currently I got promoted this year to lead the Middle East region, when we are going to have chapter in every country and support every, let's say, country to have their community for women playing role within technology and AI.
Thank you, thank you. Now, Lucienne, thank you very much, and thank you.
Allow me to share a story that happened to me and changed my whole life and made me who I am today. I'm the Chief People Officer of Mobile Arts. Mobile Arts is a media buying company and had a fintech arm, which is e-wallet, to be launched soon in Lebanon. We're about to sign MOU with AUB to have a practical course of media buying. And through this course, we will hire Lebanese media buying. The story happened in 2013 when my management decided to send me on a mission to South Sudan. And at that time, South Sudan had ended the war with Sudan. And we were managing a telecom operator there. And we were facing a strike of thousands of employees striking about their benefit, their salaries, and their unfair treatment. So the story started with the challenges started with my family, who were against my travel to South Sudan as a young lady at that time, and with the war, and you know, we live in a war country, and we know how is the infrastructure after the war. So I traveled through Cairo, 5 hours stopover, and then 7 hours to reach South Sudan. When I arrived to South Sudan, the airport of South Sudan is the arrival and the departure at the same point, same place. So you saw the travelers in and out. And the check-in is done manually. And imagine your luggage is open in front of public and done manually. After 30 minutes checking, the checking was done, I headed to the security officer to get my visa printed. So when he was trying to print my visa, the generator went off. In South Sudan, they don't have electricity at that time. All was in a generator based. So either I wait to get my visa, or I go home and leave my passport with the security officer. Of course, I waited, temperature 50 degrees, sweating a lot, insecure, alone at the airport. I managed to get my visa, and then I go out. I went to the compound because no hotel at that time. Sorry, the story is a bit long. But
more than 3 minutes?
No. So when I arrived to the compound, the 30 employees, all Lebanese, all female, all male, 60 eyes fixing me, what she's coming to do here, how she gonna solve it. So after the compound, I asked the driver to take me to the company. He said, you cannot, they have seat in, and they're threatening to shut down the network. And every minute shutting down the network will cost us X amount of dollars. So I asked the driver to take me to the Ministry of Labor, where the solution is there. The Ministry of Labor is a lady. She's a fighter for women rights. She used to work with the UN. I did my research before I went to her. So I did my exercise. Okay, so when I arrived to her office, I was hearing her threatening my management team and asking them to go out. She will not listen to any of them. I don't know from where I got this power. I entered to her room. I told her, if I were you, I would do the same. I will fight for my people. However, 1 minute silence in the room. My manager was looking at me, what she's doing here. Tell her to go out. So I fixed the Minister of Labor. I told her, however, we need to sit to find a solution for your people and for my management. So it took me from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. at her office to find a tripartite agreement between the Ministry of Labor, my company, and the trade union of employees. So she turned her chair and she looked at me. She said, everybody go out. Please stay in my room. I need to solve this issue. So it took me 2 months to solve this issue back and forth because it has a legal implication between South Sudan and Lebanon. And we signed this agreement. I left the country after 2 months, successfully done mission. I got the highest paid bonus at that time among all the staff. At the airport, I tried to send my HR report, but I name it a human rights report and not a human resources report.
Right.
So I sent it to Lebanon. I took a nap. When I took a nap and wake up, the next flight, I skipped my next flight. So I stayed at the airport till next day. And I arrived to Lebanon, and I knew that my father was sick. deeply sick, and he passed away after 2 months.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But you see now the three types of challenges that the three ladies, have faced. One of them is the war and going from one country to another. And the second is about motherhood and how it can interfere, in your choices and how you can perhaps integrate, as Yasmin has successfully done so. And we see how you go to a new alien environment and how you can succeed by having this fighter spirit and this presence. So thank you very much for the first question. Okay, now the second one, we're going to talk, as you have succeeded, if you want to summarize and crystallize what kind of mindsets, values, and things that you have done in order to make you successful and to navigate these challenges, that we can hear about in just this aspect, what kind of mindsets and values you have developed, and skills perhaps, so we can learn how we can have the same.
You want Yasmina to start?
No, we can start the same order. Okay. So now we start with Luna. Yes.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think one of the important mindsets for women to have in the workplace is to be proactive, to always be curious, to always be also look for new opportunities. And I really can see it from the women around me, women who stay proactive rather than passive and reactive are the ones who succeed in their workforce. And they are the ones who get out of their comfort zone and try to find new initiatives, new opportunities to work on, especially with the world around us and how things are changing and also the competition. We shouldn't just wait for directions to come to us. Rather, we should look for new initiatives. If there is a project at work, we should take the lead of it. If there is a conference, we should attend it like what you're all doing here. If there is a workshop, to sign up for it and to be proactive. And I think that's how being proactive really helps you grow in your career and gives you an edge and differentiates you from all the other people who they're working with you. And that's why I think one of the most important mindset for women to have is to be proactive.
Great, thank you. And if you want to add one value, what because we're challenged. So what values have you upheld, during this?
I think to as well always be curious and informed with everything that's happening in the room, not just to go to meetings and just be a listener there, rather have a voice in the room and also share your opinion.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much. Now, Yasmin.
Okay. I'm a person who always driven by purpose. I don't care really if it is a success stories or not. I said that I'm a mom for 3, but maybe you don't know, mostly people around me, they don't know that I'm a mom for a special need child. My big son Zayed, he's an autistic child. And I discovered this after he became 3 years, now he's 9 years. So it was a challenging time for me, how I will be able to continue my career in the same time. I'm passionate about this career because it's really a good career creating impact. And the intersection between my career and the Zaid challenge that I used to be from the Japanese school, that I always believe that we should create some project to benefit people, benefit community. We used to see the cartoons when they use AI sticks to help people are blinded. Even my graduation project was robotics wheelchair. That time I'm not a mom for autistic or people of determination, just only 21 years. But when my professor talked to me, I say I want to do something really not theoretical one. I want to do something hardware, software. I want to learn. And I want to keep this as, reference for the students come after me. It was so expensive. Thanks to God, I have my father. He's a businessman, so he sponsored the project. Then after that, I start to realize that to have a purpose, focus on micro succeed instead of a huge succeed. To build your brand and to build your name. We had a discussion, me and there in the early morning at the coffee, like how you really create your personal brand. It doesn't matter you are a woman or a man. People, they will trust you. When your name came in a table of every room, the deal can be closed. If someone refer, like I will say today, I know David. So everyone will say, oh, you know David, then I know, so we have a common. So they know that we have common things together. So I do believe that for every woman need to focus on micro succeeds and micro achievement instead of huge or big, building it step by step. I suffer a lot when I used to be an engineer. Yesterday I'm talking to Sally, Dr. Sally, attending with us, that I traveled to Pakistan. I'm sitting in UAE and someone come and ask you, 2018 travel to Pakistan. All my family also rejected that, but only my husband, even he's officer, but he accepted. I say, see, I wanted to go. Give me the opportunity, because other work, they are challenging me. You say that because you are a woman, a mom and wife from UAE, you will not be able to go to Pakistan. Then he say, okay, go. The company, they put me security company. I used to be with a driver, security, lots of, obstacles. But alhamdulillah, I went there. It was Ramadan, I'm fasting. I did not broke everything. But I was so happy because I have done it. It is one of the 3 toughest days in my life, because there it's very harsh environment. Same like electricity cut off, there is no proper transformation, manual checking and all of that stuff. So also this is because I'm really blessed to live in UAE. We deal with 20-30 nationality. We used to study with people from different backgrounds, religions, different thoughts. So we learn how to accept another perspective. Not always to see yourself, you are the only right one. Aside from technical expertise, you need to have these soft skills: agility, adaptability, active communication, tolerance, being, engaging with community. Not because you are currently senior person, you will not be talk with anyone. No, my prestige, I will not sit, I will not talk. No, be approachable. Share your knowledge, share your story with everyone. Then, alhamdulillah, I have got all of the international recognition, even I'm not working in a government C-suite. All my life, I used to work in private sector. Why? The reason, because the growth, technical, soft skills, it's come from the private sector. Then you will win something very, very, a top achievement for any woman or man even, to have it, the international mindset, universal mindset. So you'll be able to communicate with anyone. You'll be able to work with anyone. Different staff, different religions, different beliefs. Doesn't matter. We just sit on one table. We lead the project together. We deliver the project together. We get the results. And the other things, like, I bring to the table always, I have been challenged when I was pregnant in my second baby, Sultan. I used to work in a Siemens partner in UAE. They are not happy because I got Sultan after Zaid, after 5 months from my delivery. They are about to terminate me because they say, oh, she's again pregnant. Again, she's going to take a maternity leave. Oh my God. Then I told them, okay, we are driven by KPIs. So whatever things you want from me, I will do it. Then after that, I realized that after three years from Sultan birth, that I become a person who people like to work with me. Even I have these kids and babies and they know challenge of my life. Then Sultan got a diabetic when he was his age 3, my second baby. I closed the deal. I'm sitting in the cafeteria of the hospital after he's diagnosed one day. I closed the deal when I'm sitting from the cafeteria. I don't have even had a headset. Then I always say that, like, as a mom, we care. So this is our, energy and power. I realize all my colleagues, my CEOs, they love to work with me. I entered to another company, but they say, Yasmin, you bring this care for the office, the vibes of family. Okay, they are not my friend out of the work hours, but within the work hours, we are friends. We are casual, sitting, eating on the floor. I will never leave them alone in the factories. I used to be in the factories, wearing all the safety, helmet, shoes, not like today, seat suites, or wearing stuff like this. And I have to really to deal with things on site, mid of night. But as I said, like, universal mindset, universal communication, empowering the other team, they work with me, teamwork, it's very important in this AI transformation. No one can achieve something. I was just listening to the ministers downstairs. They talk, this minister is trying to do this minister is trying to do this. The things like when we do digital transformation, we need really integration. You cannot isolate yourself to achieve something and you say later, I achieve it. You need to work as a one team to achieve the goal for that digital transformation. And we see currently all big names of company around the world, no one just say thanks to our CEO. Everyone try to promote the other teams because he want to ensure these talented people keep growing with them, not to leave their company and cooperate, and the talented people will leave. And I hope to see, like, you know, the talented people who currently we have in UAE, let's say 50% leading the tech companies, leading the policy of AI, digital transformation, include your Minister of AI today. He used to work in Etisalat Group, the same entity I work in it. They are Lebanese. So I hope to see more talented women and men from Lebanon stay in Lebanon to lead that digital transformation.
Great. Thank you very much. Really, Yasmin, appreciate it.
Thank you.
So many things. Now, Lucienne.
For me, the recipe of success should combine 3 skills: adaptability, authenticity, and empathy. Adaptability, you remember 20 years back, HR used to be a personnel and admin work. Anyone could do HR job. And HR was not included in the curriculum of the university. It was lately included. Exactly. Now it's become. The HR used to be admin, then a business partner, then strategic partner. Then we see the HR sitting on the board and having their say. Also for the banking sector, used to be a traditional, then we become bitcoins, digital money. So keeping up to date, studying and staying online, staying up to date is not a choice, it's obligatory to stay away from disruption. Otherwise you will lose your job. For empathy and authenticity, I follow a keynote speaker, top HR influencer on LinkedIn, and I advise you to follow her. Her name is Dr. Bridget Hyacinth. She always mentioned in her speaking, she said, please bring human back to human resources, because we live in an era where the human and the humanity is replaced by robotic and AI. So I was short, David.
Very good. Thank you. Very good. You know, I'm trying to really take notes here, and this is unbelievably rich, you know. So I'll a little bit summarize, you know, what Runa was saying, proactiveness and self-empowerment in a way, that you need to self-empower yourself. You don't wait for others to define for you, neither your job, nor your future, nor your husband, nor your whatever partner you want to be with. You just need to be proactive. This is one. I learned from you a lot of things, and you also started answering the third question that I have, but it's okay, معلش. But we can learn from Yasmin so many things. First, you know, it's the micro success. I mean, she values micro success. You don't need to really have big stories. Start where you are, what you are, the context that you have, and really do your best to develop your values, which we found that the value of motherhood, of care, is very important, and she exhibited and gave it to the others. And this is unbelievably beautiful and very strong. And also to be open to tolerate difference, what I found in your talk, learning from the UAE, diversified, you know, and so many nationalities, this openness to others and accepting them is unbelievably beautiful, also quality. And from you, we learned also a lot of things, you know, the adaptability that you spoke about and the other skills that we need to have, the 3 skills. Can you please repeat them again?
Adaptability,
yeah.
authenticity, and empathy.
Authenticity and empathy. So this is also very, very important, you know, qualities. Now, let's move to the third question that is very important. Now, you are part of an organization, and supposedly you are in a leadership position, which all of you are. What kind of a culture or leadership style do you think is best to develop for a resilient organization or inclusive organization in the future? So here we're talking about the culture, the environment, not about also only our personal qualities. Can you please, Luna, tell us?
Yeah, definitely. That's very important to have in the organization. And I think there are many ways for us to work on so that our workplace would be more inclusive and sustainable. And I think one of them is to invest in people around us by mentoring, sharing knowledge, and helping them find new opportunities. And as Yasmin mentioned before, also teamwork between everyone in the team. And also as an advice that I can give to everyone here, to always find your community. Find your community and find people who share the same and similar values so that you can grow together. For example, the Women in Data Science organization, on their website, they have a lot of training, courses, there are a lot of workshops and datathons as well that you can benefit from, and also that you can benefit the team around you. And also you can mentor there. So basically, to conclude, I'd say one important aspect to have an inclusive workplace is to try to always lift others with you and mentor them along the way, because that's how you will succeed and let your team as well succeed with you.
Great. Now, Lucien, تنغير الأوردر.
For the young ladies, I suggest not to chase for only positions and titles, but chase for purpose and impact. Always, wherever you go, leave your impact and leave your touch. I had a small story to tell you about inclusivity and how to impact a society. In my previous employment, I had a big challenge to hire a wheelchair employee with no feet and no hand, only one bone to type his code. He used to be a web developer. I tried to introduce him to software development because I used to work for, I always work for telecom sector. So they rejected him, the management rejected him, so I fight to have him on board. At that time, I wanted to install the ERP system for 1,000 employees. So I said, why not to benefit from his mindset as web developer? And I mix my requirement as HR, and it will be a good combination. My next challenge was the work environment, the facility that I have for him, because he cannot walk. So I had to challenge the management to change the whole story about the department and the toilet and the canteen. And we succeeded to manage the implementation of ERP for 1 year. And he always called me قائد. قائد, that means leader, because he had a big fight when it comes to meeting with the hiring manager or HOD, because they rejected him. It took me a bit to include him in our management meeting and daily meeting. So this is about inclusivity.
And as you told me, he was successful and he proved himself, right? Lucien, he proved himself and he was successful in his post. Very good. Yes. Yasmin.
I would say always lead with empowering others. Delegate with a clarity of KPI. Create your impact by driven purpose.
Wow, I mean, thank you. So if I want also to summarize the third question, we see a lot of big elements that you can take if you want to build a culture of the future. You are in this position. Or if you want to join a company that has a certain culture. I mean, what I heard from Luna is that she likes to be in a culture, or she is in a culture where learning is always ongoing, you know, where investing in people is very important, and where also the possibility to join communities and to be active in these communities, and teamwork is very important. So, I mean, if you want to look and what is this culture? It's a culture of continuous learning and continuous development that you like to be part of, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And to share information. Now, as for Lucien, of course, I mean, you spoke about believing in people and giving them chances even when nobody sees the potential and the thing. And you spoke about a very beautiful example of taking person, protecting them under your wing of the HR, and giving them the chance, and then they're succeeding. And so how many times, you know, we have cultures that really are tolerant towards, you know, the vulnerabilities of some person or some section of the society that we believe they don't have potential. So many times we have false negatives, you know, like people we believe that, and they turn out to be excellent.
But we need to take her as example, because you need to really, yesterday we had also a discussion, you need to create the regulation, the policy, and change the system, and also create the right ecosystem to include unheard voice. Not only people of determination, older people, the people who are very sick, like people who have different kind of determination. Not necessarily like this guy, his brain is working well, but when we talk, for example, I'm currently talking about my son, he's autistic, so they are from different world, but they are very smart, very talented, but they don't act like us. They are different. I don't know, one time a doctor of my son told me that maybe they are the right, we are the wrong, I'm not sure. But they don't act in a way that we act. They are so honest, so straightforward. They focus on things they want just to do and finish. They don't look about things around for them. So instead of really focusing on only the people who are really have the talented and the charisma, let's empower other, because they are also part of the community.
And this requires, you know, the HR, how to be perceptive.
That's why I'm saying they are very important.
And how to be perceptive, and how to give these chances and believe in them.
Build inclusion system.
This inclusion, and sometimes you'll be very much surprised how different people than you can do things that you cannot do, or you don't want to do. So this difference actually is a richness, you know, rather than see it as a handicap. But what you added also to when you answered the second question is that when I spoke with you, that she wants to develop a culture of care, and like a motherly care, because if you develop like a culture where we care about people, and we are really, and this is a beautiful thing
that's why it's very necessary to have women in AI. I have said it many times. It's not about women in that field. It's about the women perspective, because who cares? We are caregiver by our nature.
Yeah, but what I liked about your answer is that she manages between the people orientation and also the task and business orientation. She said something very important. We need also to lead with clarity and with KPIs. I'm fascinated by this combination that you are able to manage both and successfully, and all of you, I'm sure, in one aspect or another.
Thanks to the ecosystem. I just want to say thanks to my husband, to my mom, brothers who take care of my sons to be able to travel here, to take care of my family while I'm outside.
Which raises a general question to the three of them, you know, is you're active outside of work. So what kind of activities you are involved in, community or other, that you feel are important in the future of your career? So it's not really your organization, yourself, you are obsessed with, or you are really focused on. It's also something bigger. Do you have something to say? And I leave it to you to answer if you have.
For me, I build women in AI. Currently, I'm building chapter in every country because I wanted to see. I'm leading a non-profit organization, investing my time and resource, connection, personal brand to create that impact, to ensure that not only women, also the youth, the next generation in specifically our region, they need to have access to the resources. Sometimes not all of them are affordable to take some kind of scholarships or study, or some of us are lucky, we got it, but some are not lucky. So we need to ensure them the right education, we need to ensure them the right mentoringship, we need to ensure that we celebrate their succeed, we help them with their research, we help them with funding, we help them with, right ecosystem, and open the doors for them to get the chances as we got. Maybe I'm lucky because of the region I'm from. I'm lucky because I have my father like this. I have the ecosystem. I keep investing myself always. Don't wait other to enable you. You enable. So when I create women in AI, there's everyone saying, why you are doing that? It's taking your time, your family time, and all of that. I just wanted to really ensure that there is a community for every woman to go back for them. Seeing the value of, indirect mentorship is very important. Role model, it's very important. We are so emotional as women. This is in our genetic. We cannot change it. Even we are in C-suite, we are leaders, but this is our nature different than men. Let's agree on that. I'm not from the people who say we need to empower women and we need to put 50-50. No. I always say to my husband, الرجال قوامون على النساء بما فضل الله. Whenever I'm وزيرة, سفيرة, I don't know what, you need to. قوامون mean in Arabic language الرجل قائم على خدمة المرأة. Means he will take care of her.
A new interpretation.
قائم،
I
لا
never heard
تفسيرا
of.
في اللغة العربية. أنا دارسة لغة عربية.
Okay.
الرجل قائم على خدمتها. يعني شو الخدمة؟ بمعنى الرعاية.
Okay. Now,
على الرعاية.
okay, Lucien, do you have anything to add about your community work? If you have, and also Luna, and then we will open the floor. How many minutes do we have until 2?
15 minutes, I believe.
15, very good. So
Okay.
We are on track. Just something very quick.
During
about
my free time, I always bridge the gap for young employees or young university grads to orient them how to find their career, which field, to keep them in Lebanon. I try always to bring back big talent from outside to Lebanon. I'm known by that. So, my hobby is always hiking and discovering Lebanon because I love Lebanon.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful country.
Yeah, definitely. So as I mentioned before, education is my form of resilience, and I really find that very important. So when I used to live in Lebanon, in my free time, I used to go and volunteer in refugee camps and teach children English and math. Because I really see it as a form of resilience where they can be their own and also try to find jobs. And then when I left Lebanon and moved to the US, at first I thought, oh, maybe like I can't do this anymore and empower others with education. But we can always find ways. And one day I was on Instagram and I saw a girl, her name is Renad. I don't know if you guys seen her, Chef Renad. Yeah, exactly, from Gaza. So I saw her doing she does cooking videos in Arabic, and also a lot of people help her and donate for her. So an idea came to me of why I won't help her in English and tutor her in English so that she can do her videos in English. And at first I thought, oh, maybe like she might not answer or I might not be able to do so because she's in Gaza and I'm in USA. So I just sent her a message on Instagram in Arabic. I was like, hey, I saw your videos and they're very interesting. And if you want, I can help you in tutoring you English or anything, because as we know, they left school. And then she replied back to me. She was like, and I didn't expect that, but she was like, oh, thank you very much. A lot of people as well asked to help me with and tutor me English, but none of them were Arab speakers. And I don't know English, so it would be very helpful if an Arab speaker person helped me and tutored me English, so that I can help her and tutor her with the Arabic language. And that what happened. I've been tutoring her for the past year so far. And for me, this has been one of my greatest achievements because, especially like, thank you.
The reason I wrote, thank you very
Yeah.
much. The reason I spoke about extracurricular activity or extra work activities that you do is extremely important. And I teach it in the career courses that I give here at the OSB, is that what you do also in your free time, you need to integrate with your purpose, with your vision. And it adds a lot to what you are building as personality, as brand equity or whatever, if you want to use business terms, is really to be also active otherwise, because you can learn a lot, not through your work only, but through your radiance in the community or with others in different areas. So thank you very much. Now we open the floor for a few questions before we reach 2 o'clock, where we'll be having a nice lunch, all of us, if you are hungry. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand so we can pass them on. Okay, please, the microphone. You need to take the microphone.
First of all, thank you so much for the inspiring speeches. That was really helpful and wonderful to hear. Coming from a civil engineering background, that is something that I didn't really want to do, but I was also pushed towards it. My question is for you, Yasmin. The moment that you felt that you were redirected into a completely different thing than what you wanted, there was a moment where you felt like, this is not what I want to do, but I kept going. Now, Yasmin today, what would she tell Yasmin back then that we might, like someone in the room or me personally, want to hear, so we can, when we feel like we're stuck somewhere, it's not what we want, the world isn't just giving us what we need, that we can use to help us keep pushing. Thank you.
No, the microphone.
I will not change. I will go as the plan, but always as a woman, we need to really sit with ourselves and do deep reflection of everything. And this is deep reflection will help us to navigate where we want to do, why we are doing this, what's our purpose. Because as I say, I'm a person who's driven by purpose. If I'm in some things and I see the things that really, it's really impacting people, community, health, women and stuff, okay, I'm on the right track, so let me. So deep reflection's helping us. Whenever you need the support, please ask for it. Don't feel shy. Myself, I have mental health coach. I have depression when I was pregnant. I run for support. Whenever I need a support, that's why I'm telling. I say my husband, don't tell me whatever I am doing outside, I'm doing outside home. Whenever support I need in home, I need from for healthcare, mental health, sport, whatever, please ask for that support. You don't know, maybe one connection, it will open another doors for you. Even you are civil engineering, now we have AI in civil engineering, right? So there is a new development, new systems, new programs, and we cannot even as people of AI always build the things alone. For example, why I said I'm an embedded AI, I'm not expert in generative AI, I'm not expert in LLMs, I cannot build it. So every niche has its own expertise. No one is win everything. I hope I answered you.
Very good. Another question? Yes.
Thank you so much for the discussion. It's been really enlightening. And my question is to Luna. I'm coming from epidemiology and biostatistics background, and you talked about being proactive in your field. And one thing that I was just thinking is that as a woman, and even from Africa, I'm from Nigeria, by the way, there's this like patriarchal norms that sort of restrict women to, oh, you're a woman, you should be behind a man. In maybe like, because I worked before I started my master's, and I know what I felt like. Even when you're trying to be proactive, there's that way of, why are you doing too much? What's really about this? Like, just be calm, like that's your gender, you shouldn't be too forward. I don't know if it's from my own culture, but even from here, I've noticed similar gender norms that are playing out even in the faculty. So how do we manage this, even when you still want to be proactive and not just being reactive like you suggested, which is a very good point, by the way?
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. That's a very, very good question, to have a balance. And I think one way that we can, as women, have a balance for not being way too proactive, way too energetic, and as well not reactive and passive at all, is to, when we want to put our voice and be proactive, to make sure that what we're saying and what we're doing has impact, because we don't just want to do noise, because then we're going to have negative feedback. But if we think about things that we want to do and things that we want to say and share in a meeting room, and we're sure that these things might have impact, we can do some research on them before we share them and think about them. I think that's how we can prove ourselves and prove the rest in the room that we can, even we are proactive, we can have impact and have great strategies.
Great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
As you heard.
Yeah.
Ask man for help. There's a lot of really great men, they do, such like David today. Bring us for this room, he's trying to summarize everything. Ask even man to help you. I have, through my life, all the ecosystem around me are mine.
I'm room 104, and we do also, corporate social responsibility, so we can take people that are not from AUB to assist them. Yes? So, now, third question, please.
First, thank you again for the inspiring speech. I'm managing the Lebanese Microfinance Association, where the institutions try to finance the entrepreneurs in different areas, especially women. We can see that those women, in especially in rural areas, they struggle a lot to have businesses that generate income for them, for their families, and at the same time to being empowered themselves and to do like successful career maybe or life. but they cannot have the opportunity to finance, especially their education. What do you think we can, your advice for them, that we can explain it more and provide them with the skills that they need to help them not to struggle by trying to provide income and to study and educate themselves? Thank you.
Lucienne, maybe in Lebanon you can also. Yeah, please.
It's one of the things that I'm working currently on it for all our region. Funding the women projects is a challenge globally. The women only own 1% from all funds when it's come to startup led by women and entrepreneurship. Second, let's say financial dependency, like how they create an income for them. I think AI here is playing a huge role. When we have currently specific tools, you can work online, media buying, doing stuff like this, earn $3,000, earn $2,000. This is as an income. You are not going outside your home. And then you prioritize your, yesterday me and David were talking about, prioritize your things. I don't believe there is a balance in work life, first of all, and anything in life. It is from my practical experience. In this day, I'm a mom at the home. Another day, I'm a speaker in conference. Another day, I'm an engineer at the side. Third, by the way, I'm also an entrepreneur. I have my own startup. I'm creating solution for people of autistics because inspired by Zaid's story. So really, this is a challenge. First of all, you learn something you don't know about it. The course is available anywhere. You can find lots of free courses. Here also, there is a great scholarships funded. Today we have Al Ghurair Foundation. They are offer different kind of courses, even in Arabic language, machine learning. One, just make yourself expert in one, let's say, mid expert. We didn't say like in one field, just to create money, income for you. Try to plan your budget as much. Unfortunately, we did not rise in this region within financial and business mindset, which is a huge, let's say, gap we have comparing to Europe and US. Even we work in research, we don't see the research come out of outside the university and being IB and commercialized as a solutions. Always the company, commercial company invent the solutions and we follow them. What I would really advise, first of all, enhance your financial budget, secure some money aside as a woman, especially if you don't have someone to sponsor you. Then start a startup or a company that you are ambitious about it. As I say, again, don't focus on really build a career within this technology, or it will come. One day you will see yourself on another side. It will come within the time. You will have your own name. So first, work on your financial independence. It's very important. Then go for a study.
We take one more question. One last question. Now, okay, you in the middle, yes. And then I will wrap up with a little summary about all of this.
Thank you for the opportunity to ask. So I'm a family physician. My question is, I'm seeing a lot of jobs, remote jobs, as Mrs. Yasmin, she mentioned, medical doctor, AI trainer. On LinkedIn, I found a lot of jobs like this. Me, as a family physician, I'm not trained to do this job. So, what do you think about this? Yani, is there any specific training to be able to be eligible for this job? For me, as a physician who is very empathetic, I am a UB grad. I found it weird for me to be a medical doctor and an AI trainer. So I'm just asking you because I'm a very beginner at this field. Thank you.
Yeah, Lucienne is gonna take.
This is what I meant by adaptability. You need to adapt. You need to stay online. You need. Yeah, it's not an option. Either you have to be online to study. You have multi-certificate online. You can get training, Coursera or through LinkedIn. You can get YouTube. So this is what I meant by adaptability. AUB online.
You know, thank you so much, and I hope each one of you took something out of this panel. I took so many points, but if I want to summarize, maybe somebody, I mean, you can tell us quickly what thing captured your attention. I'm sure that each one would have a point. One word, not too many words, one word. Yes?
No challenge can stop.
No challenge should stop us. Okay, another word. Yes?
Bring the community with you.
Bring the community with you.
From Yasmin, it's time management.
Time management, okay.
Priority management.
Priority management is better. Yes, Mona. Growth mindset, very good. Purpose and empathy. Values. Focusing on micro success. Huh? She said that. Okay, one more. Social responsibility, yes.
Delegating with KPIs.
Delegating with KPI. You see, each one of us took something, a jewel from what we heard today. And if I want to add, you know, what I truly took away myself from this, I mean, basic words that I heard from each one of you, proactiveness, you have to take the lead, and this is your life. You know the song, This Is My Life, or something. So this is your life, you have to lead it. And when you say, this is my life, but it's not only that I become obsessed with myself, I open up. And reaching out, what Yasmin said, is extremely important in order to reach out to see what's there as communities, as small groups, as whatever. And the third point is, you know, it goes with networking, but I think adaptability and to face the challenges up front, not to evade them, not to, you know, and not to confront them aggressively. I know, you know, women, you are always, you know, if you are very strong, there will be a backlash or something that you don't succeed. But to confront the challenges that you have the best way possible is actually what is important. Yes?
I would like to add one more.
Yes?
One word stood out in the conversation, which is authenticity. And I realized each woman here represents a different story, and so does each one of us.
Very good,
So
very good.
not to compare and set the bar where others are, because each story is very unique.
So, because, you know, I want to keep it, so authenticity is one point, to also repeat the point. And the second point,
Sorry?
authenticity and? But to tell you that you need to define your life. Not only this is my life, you need to define it your own way. And I believe not to compare with others is extremely important, because you have to define your success as well. And your success is based on what you do and how you handle others, how you handle yourself, and how to meet these challenges with the values of being a mother and being from a certain culture that she believes in. This is extremely important. You might have other values, doesn't matter. What matters is that you have to define everything yourself.
CEO of yourself.
Yeah, define yourself. So with that, I truly want to thank very much our three panelists. Thank you for being here, and wishing you all the best in your career. Yes, and now we invite you for lunch. Yes, please. Compassion, yes. That was something, there was a thread through all of them, especially in the extracurricular activities. These are women of heart. So you won our attention.